Yeah, hey everybody, welcome to this edition of Book Talk. I would like to share with all of us some biographies that I'm reading. I've actually read these already like 10 years ago, and I'm reading them again because I like to revisit the lives of famous writers or religious figures because they help me to navigate my way through this world, and they can help you navigate your way through this world. Okay, so we all need to be reading a lot more. There's no more literacy, there's only Twitter. Okay, so pick your favorite author, and open up a book or two. Okay, or if you don't have a favorite author, get one. Okay, and you can read about their lives and also the works that they wrote, religious treatises. In the case of Aleister Crowley, I'm doing a lot of research on Crowley now because he figures prominently in a novel I'm writing. Okay, so there's a lot to learn from biographies. And this isn't exactly a biography, though I have read biographies of Saul Bellow. This is a book of interviews from the time when he was first starting out as a novelist and a short story writer to, right at the end of his life, like in his 80s when he was teaching at Boston University, my alma mater. Okay. Bellow was an academic, a college professor. And he had a lot of feuds with other professors. He would have what we would call politically incorrect viewpoints. And you can find out what those are on your own time. But if you want to know about Bellow's love life, it's all in here in these interviews. If you want to know about his writing habits, it's all in here in these interviews. So check out Saul Bellow. Okay, Ralph Ellison, one of my favorite authors. I read this about 10 years ago in Lincoln, Nebraska, but I'm reading it again because I want to go on this journey again. I'm going to learn a few more things, okay? So he wrote a book called Invisible Man. It beat out Ernest Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea back in the 50s. I think it was for the National Book Award back in the 50s sometime, but Hemingway was like the god of American literature, and Ellison beat him with Invisible Man. Okay, so check out Invisible Man as well as some of his famous short stories. Okay, like A Party Down at the Square. I used to teach that. Very powerful story. And finally, I'm almost done. I know y'all got to get back to Twitter. Oh, come on, teasing. Get over it. Nobody has a sense of humor anymore either. There's no more fun in life. Who stole all the fun out of life? That's what I want to know. Who are these people? Lastly, William Faulkner. This is by the poet and the novelist Jay Perini, who teaches at, I think he's at Middlebury. College. One Matchless Time. I read this like 10 years ago back in Lincoln, Nebraska too. But I'm reading it again because I want to go on this journey again. Okay, but you can read about Faulkner being a drunk, being a womanizer. A lot of action in this book. You get to learn about his writing process, his stint in Hollywood as a script writer. Didn't work out so well. You get to read about the old South versus the New South. Faulkner wrote about all that stuff, especially in novels like The Sound and the Fury, about the Compson family. He wrote about it in As I Lay Dying. One of his famous short stories, A Rose for Emily, deals with that theme. Okay, Faulkner is one of the greats. Some would say he's the greatest American writer. Okay, at least of novels. Okay, but you can make up your own mind on that one. Okay, so it's important to read, folks. I cannot emphasize that enough. Okay, there's a time for the shallow, surfacey stuff. Like the texting and the tweets and so on. But there's a time to really get lost in a novel, a short story collection, a poetry collection. Okay, biographies and so on. Okay, so do yourself a favor, find some favorite authors and really eat up their works. Okay, I mean, wait, where did I go? My screen just went blank. Yeah, eat up their works like candy. Just binge on that stuff. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, so that's this edition of Book Talk. I hope you all enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one, and until then, study smart and study well. Okay, and we'll meet up soon. All right, over and out.